Hey guys, and welcome back to Real Talk FC, where we will be talking about the Turkish nationals team performance against Wales. Honestly, this was kind of a letdown. We wanted to solidify our we just wanted to get a guaranteed qualification, but you know, we don't have all of our players and stuff like that, and we approached this game a little bit weird. And honestly, there's a lot to be said about this game. There's like it's too many different things that happen in this game, especially for our attacking standpoint. I feel like that we had a terrible attacking standpoint. Our tactics to go up for attack did not work out well. But yeah, let's get into it and let's break it down a little bit, explain what happened, my rant and my ideas on what happened and what could have been done better in the sense, especially in an attacking standpoint, because everyone knows that people from Wales are really tall. So sending crosses into the box with your shortest players on the top kind of doesn't do anything. So anyway, we'll break into it a little bit, and yeah. So this was the lineup that we came out with. We had Mert Gunak and goalie. Right back was Mert Mulder. Meri Demiral was our center back, paired with Abdulkerem Bardakçı, as well as Imali. Yunus Akgün was playing right mid. Uh, Orkun Kökçü was also playing in the CM with Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Barış Alper was playing the left mid, and we had Arda Güler as our cam and Artukolo as our striker. Now, already, this is where I'm gonna say this is wrong. The formation is good, 4-4-1, 4-4-1-1. Basically can change into a 4-2-3-1. Like anyway, it kind of did become a 4-2-3-1. This is just what they have it as. As you can see, 4-2-3-1 is right here, and all it really is just your uh your players coming in forward a bit. That's all it is. So instead of it being more like this, and instead of having two CDMs, you would have two cams, and there you go. That's it right there. 4-4-1-1 is right here. So what I have to say about how we started, at least defensively, this was solid. Was solid. Our problem here became we couldn't get our three midfielders to be really on the same pages, and it was like little flashes that they'll create a pass to open up a play and stuff like that. As well as Artukolu is not striker made. He can play it, yeah, okay, everyone can play that position. They're footballers, they get trained, they're attackers, they have an idea. But these defenders are tall. They're very tall. And especially when what's it called? When Wales was attacking, they left three tall defenders in the back and everyone else pushed the midfield and forward. This is our defensive approach, you know, completely was composed and it held that from them getting a lot of opportunities and it cut them out. So it was good. We had a good idea for defense, but offensively, they played a five back. I believe I'm not 100% sure who was the one that was dropping back into the midfield and from the midfield down, but at some point they changed into like a 5-2-3. No, a 5-3-2. So it became probably Sheehan. I don't know the names that well, especially for Wales. But it was either James or Sheehan that was coming into the midfield or dropping in between the spaces that they were, creating a five back, and Brandon Johnson was stepping a lot down into that fill in that role. So basically, they went from being like this to end up having their players either one check in over here and the center back kind of closed there, and they brought it like this in a sort of way to make it like this, or they would have it like this with this guy coming up here and he would come into the middle and stuff like that to fill in like this. I feel like it was more of this way, to be honest, because I saw that like they were really playing like this mostly, because there's a lot of plays that you'll see like they'll have what's his name, Thomas, or they have Johnson, or even sometimes Williams, that he'll come up and they'll like switch or something. And he'll just float the whole wing by himself, and he'll have no one else because they're playing five back. He loses the options. But that was a very interesting style of play. Um, I mean, everyone knows now that like when you're playing defense and when you're going offense, you go from originally four, that's your balance, and then you move into a five back when you're in defense, and then three back when you're in offense. It just gives more to the attacking play. It's very basic now. Everyone understands this. It's just how it works. But Turkey's main problem that I saw is we have our shortest guys. Yunus Akgün is not that tall. Kerem Aktürkoğlu is not that tall. Barış Alper is not even as tall as that. I think he's the same height. Yeah, me and Barış Alper is the same height. So, you know, I struggle to get headers against taller defenders as well. And I'm in the US terms, I'm 6 foot. So, it's not easy. It's pretty difficult. And then Yunus Akgün was also way shorter. I believe that's about like 5'9", 5'10" ish. I believe so. Don't get at me. I'm not used with that metric system. But we never had the attacking players that's good enough for us to send long balls or send crosses into the box for a heading opportunity and stuff like that. One of our best plays came from a low driven ball across the box, which then got blocked off at the end. And that play basically was our right back Mert Mulder receiving the ball over here from a corner, and then we had one of our center backs over here and our other center back over here in the first post. I believe it was Mehdi Demiral was in the back post, and Abdul Karim was in the front post. It went grazing across, almost made it to Mehdi Demiral, and then the defender slid in the way. But that was one of our best opportunities, and I believe that's the way that we should have approached the game. Instead of looking for a ball in the air with these tall center backs that's completely just blocking us, especially when they're playing five in the back, I believe that we should have, tried to go with that quick, low-driven ball across, because anyway, we'll win more corners and stuff like that. And then some set pieces is a little bit more of a gamble than free play, where you have one short guy against two tall guys. It just never works. And I think we needed to approach that way, way, way differently. In our midfield, Hakan wasn't on really the top of his game. Orkun was trying a lot, really good hustle, really good 90 minutes performance, everything. He won the ball, he tried to set up plays, he tried to set up like counter attacks. It was really good hustle. Arda Güler, you gotta give more, man. Like, I know you're trying, I know you're young, you're trying. It's hard being on the bench in Madrid right now. Should have never left Fenerbahce. But like you said, the career gotta go and stuff like that. Hopefully it comes back. But Arda Güler needs to be more of what we saw in the Euros. That controlling role, that okay, give me the ball, I'm gonna make the play, I'm gonna make the pass, I'm gonna play it the way that's good and stuff like that. Not being afraid to take that chance. I feel like now he's a little bit worried to make that chance. I think the pressure that his name is big in Turkey now, or it has been anyway since before the Euros. But I think maybe sometimes that pressure gets to him, especially in a home game and stuff like that. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he looks like he just, is calm, composed. But I think Arda Güler needs to be able to be a little bit more versatile and be a little bit more free flowing than being very like holding the ball and stuff like that. The same thing with Hakan Çalhanoğlu. We get two different Hakan Çalhanoğlu's when we play in the national team. We have the Hakan Çalhanoğlu that all of a sudden becomes set piece master. He all of a sudden makes all the good passes, all the good plays. He makes a lot of good interceptions of the ball in a very good crucial area. And then we'll have times where he's just not on the same page as anyone. Like looks like a complete drop off from his Inter form to the national team. It's like, it's amazing to watch, because you're expecting, okay, set piece, he's gonna bang this into the top corner. He's gonna like go for Olympico or something like that, like he's done for Inter and things like that. Like, I know it's not everyday things, but consistently you can see in Inter he can score week in, week out, week out when he has the opportunities. But for the national team, for some reason, it's such a hard give, such a hard ask. Like in the Euros, it was good, but it's been fluctuating. It changes up and down and stuff like that. But he's a role model for our team. He's the captain of our team. He's solid for our team. He needs to just bring more of that Inter energy into the Turkish attack, and bring it more of that versatility that we're seeing in Inter, where he plays the ball wide. He's able to make a run. He's playing more of like that holding box to box kind of player in Inter. So we need to see a little bit more of that in the national team, especially since you have Orkun, which is also Orkun is a very different type of player because he's more like a cam but a CM. So let's say in FIFA terms, he's like a playmaking CM. He's not like a shadow striker as a cam or something, or a playmaking cam. That's more of like Arda Güler's type of specialty. That he's more of the playmaking cam and stuff like that. But Orkun is more of that box to box kind of playmaking cam. I see more of him doing more good on offense than I do defensively. But you know, once they're on the same page, we saw how easily we were on the transition, how easily we were able to draw out their players out of from the defense and the midfield to send a ball to the corners to Yunus Akgün to make a run down the wing, or for Barış Alper to make a run down the wing. Now, here's the main issue that we're gonna go with our team. Our defense was solid, goalkeeper was solid as usual, but I think our main problem is our attacking three. Our attacking three is a very, very interesting variable. Arthur Kolo right now has been scoring good for Benfica since he got transferred. He's been pretty good. He's been producing well and everything like that. But I think there's a major drop off from what you can do at club level, especially since Benfica, he's playing, I believe, left wing. So you can't ask the left winger to come into the striker because even right now you can see Mbappe is struggling like that as well. And we're not saying that Artucolo is like Mbappe with the same speed, the same talent and stuff. No, not like it's not comparable. You can't. They're not at all. But if he's being asked to do this, I think we're asking the wrong person to do this. I think we should send Barish up top because Barish is more of that physical player and he'll make those runs behind the line that he'll fight for the ball to get to that position, which we saw in the Euros. Like Van Dijk even said, it was very hard to keep up with him on body because he's always moving and always like making a run and very strong physically. Especially since we do not have tall players, you have to control the ball in those areas to at least set up a give and go 1-2, or set up the shot for one of your wingers or Arda or Hakan Çalhanoğlu or Kökçü. These all people can take shots from outside of the box. They've scored already this season many goals from outside of the box. So I think that we approach this tactically wrong. He's doing good on the left wing. Let him be good in the left wing. He's a winger. Don't make this tactical sub to, put him over here. Because the moment that he did come on the left wing and he picked up the ball a little bit, you can see that the playmaking was there. He was able to give a give and go pass, make a run behind the line, receive it again, and create from there. But as a striker, you're just waiting for the ball and stuff like that, and it kills the your attacking drive that we come up with. When we have Barish over there, Barish is kind of the opposite. He's playing like a striker in the wing. So I think that tactically we need to put this back how it was in the Euros and put Barish back on the top as the striker because I felt like that works pretty well. And if that's the case, if you want to play this, I don't think then they can play at the same time because it's not, you don't have the actual striker that you need. You have a winger playing as a striker, and then you have your physical winger slash striker playing the wing. It doesn't really work out too well, especially since Barish also is not really known for taking shots. Like, if he's in the box in this area over here, he'll take the shots. But from outside of the box, finesse, curl shots, it's not really him. You know who does that? Kerem Artukoğlu. He's the one that takes the finesse shots from outside of the box and has a better success rate than Barish. It's like these small little tactical changes. Maybe we were trying something new. We didn't. If we won this game, it would just solidify us to be guaranteed into the Nations League. But if that's the case, then our next game, I think we should really try to approach with Barish up top and Artukoğlu to be on the left wing. But by that time, Kenan Yıldız is already finished with his suspension, with his yellow card suspension. So he'll be able to recover over here, and then we can work on a different type of aspect on how to play and things like that. Yunus Akgün did pretty good, I believe. He gave a lot of supporting runs, a lot of playmaking runs, a lot of behind the line runs, making passes, crosses, taking shots. It was good. We did everything pretty solid until that. It's just we didn't have the actual finisher on the team, and it shows more and more every game that we play that we're missing out on an actual striker, or actual nine or something like that that can play over there. Or at least someone to at least cover like that. We have options. Our bench, I mean, we can't really play Semi. Semi is also the same situation as Kerem, so it's not really making the sense. We use Enes Unal. You know, it's okay. He plays I believe in the Premier League. I believe he plays in Bournemouth, right? Yeah, he plays in Bournemouth. It's hard to say. I think that we could have done with like someone like Jing Tolson that's a seasoned, already played in the national team before, already knows ideas of how each players play and stuff like that. So I think that's the better option that we could have done. And then from there we could have went. You know, we have many options. Honestly, the Turkish national team is full of players, but it's just little things like that. Now, when we look at the stats, like you're gonna say like how's it not possible you guys didn't score one at least? Well, you know that's football. Honestly, we had 25 shots on target and only three. I mean, 25 shots on goal and only three was on target. I mean, it doesn't get like worse than that. I mean, there's a bunch of headers, there's a bunch of missed opportunities that we had, crucial opportunities. I believe if I remember correctly, we had one outside of the box, not outside of the box. Yes, we had like three opportunities outside the box. One of them was a open goal almost. The key passed it to their center back. The center back's miscued, passed it right to Yunus, and instead of Yunus taking the first time shot, he decided to dribble down the inside to then like cut the ball back inside instead of taking a shot. A no goalkeeper that's scrambling back to try to cover that side. It's like a lot of technical things that we missed out on. We also missed a penalty. Which is insane because that penalty was clear as day. Like the keep was clear as day, jumping to the left, well, his right, and we shot it to the keeper's left, and we hit the post. It's just unlucky, honestly. But you're asking for too much here already. There's been a lot of questionable plays and stuff like that, and this 89th minute penalty could have just solidified the game for us. But it happens and stuff like that. The substitutions we made was also very, I would say, questionable. I know Eden definitely needed to be subbed. He was making runs up and down the wing, especially towards like the last like 30 minutes of the game. He was making a lot of runs, doing a lot of interesting plays and stuff like that. This sub over here, I didn't understand. I really didn't understand this because yes, Kanaihan can play over there, but you know, at this point it's 86 minutes. You're saving him for what? Another 10 minutes? You couldn't like. I never understood these late minute subs. Like if it's needed as an injury or something like that, I get it. Especially if it's like, you want more attacking power to try to beat or come back from the score. Okay, makes sense. But we're 0-0, and at that until this point of the game, Arda was basically our most creative midfielder because we've already took out Hakan Çalhanoğlu in halftime, and it doesn't make sense. Like you have to keep someone to be the creative player because Ismail Yüksek is a great midfielder, but he's not a attacking midfielder. He's not a playmaking midfielder. He's hold the ball and look for the pass midfielder, and like no risk, no chances type of player. So he won't make that turn, the half turn to try to see a further out playing option. If he receives the ball, he's not really gonna turn all the time. He'll look for the safer pass, which is good. We need that. We need that, at least one player to be like that. But when you have, Hakan Çalhanoğlu that's making these long diagonal balls across the field to make the continue for the runs, or sending balls through the midfield and taking shots outside the box and stuff like that, it's a different aspect of the game. Because when they approach it, they come like this. They'll come up with the striker up here. He's floating around looking for it. We'll have him over here. Yunus would be over there. Over here would be Barış. Kerem would be over here floating, trying to find a pocket of space to run in behind. And then we'll have kind of Hakan Çalhanoğlu come over here, and we'll have it like this. So it becomes more staggered like this, to be fair. Because Arda is left footed, so this gives him an easier opportunity for a finesse shot, a curler, which he took in the early, but it was a little bit. He didn't really set himself up that well. So I think that, we like approach it like this, and then we'll have one of our center backs end up coming up a little bit more too. It's a very like interesting, risky way of playing, but I mean it works out. We held them 0-0. They didn't really have too many chances, like it says. They had one. I believe it was four shots and one on target. They didn't hold any possession. Their passes, they had a good amount of passes, but we blew them out the water basically with the passes. It's just a lot of things. You see, we have a lot of chances, 9 corners and stuff like that. And the end of the day, it was a very frustrating match as a Turkish fan, because you want to see them score a goal, especially in Turkey and everything. And we want to continue with this golden era of football that we have right now, with all these young kids. Like, they're all basically young. It's a whole young lineup. Everyone over here is underneath basically 30 and under. And it's still a generally young lineup. We have probably a bunch of players that's under 25, 26. So we have time for, us to build up together. And I think our campaign for the Nations League is going to pick up more, because we're going to start having players coming back from injuries, players coming back from suspensions and things like that, that we're going to be able to pick it up and go back to how it was in the Euros, which was amazing. I think the best team in the Euros, watching wise, was definitely Turkey, because they provided so many different things. They didn't play this tactical football that we all saw. It was literally play your heart out, play with what you see, which is what's needed in the game, which is on another video that I posted a couple days ago, that I really should suggest you guys to go watch, because it'll pick up. You guys will learn a lot of different things that I'm trying to say, and maybe you guys feel the same thing about it as well. But yeah, that's it for this reaction or breakdown of how the game went and stuff like that as a Turkish fan. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow for more as well. Please follow me on my Instagram and my Twitch as well. They are the same thing, Real Talk FC. And from there, I'll be posting a lot more gameplay videos and things like that, more team breakdown analysis, formation analysis, and then I will transfer those over into FIFA as well. Beside that, I will also be doing just general gaming content, COD and stuff like that. And we'll have everything over here. So we'll do a lot of reactions and comments and a bunch of things like that too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys understood what I was trying to say, what we need to do, as the national team needs to do to kind of fix how we're playing. But thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Peace.